Okay, I mean, what is the fascinating thing is that you bring together in this concept, and I've experienced this myself, yeah, a couple of times, actually 3 times, um, that that bringing the expertise together. This is what I call as well the global brain.
Yeah.
There's another concept we're working on, which is the global brain. I mean, a child learns how to walk because there's more and more connections happening in the brain. And so in that sense, how do you promote these connections to take place? How do you speed up that process? I mean, learning, extreme learning, for instance, which is, by the way, something we're using in, with one of our partners in coding as well, extreme learning, where you really immerse everybody in the subject for a while, bringing here different aspects together in one room. And in the case of the moonshots, Gerhard and the team have been organizing up to 100 people who bring their brains together into one brain. And so again, I mean, if you transmit that or translate that into the global perspective, so how do we build a global brain of interconnectivity so that the child, which is the globe, walks better and functions better and becomes more sustainable? Looking at that, what Gerhard and the team have been doing in the context of startups and new ideas, it also occurred to me that this is, in fact, an issue we have in the so-called development world, where the development agencies, humanitarian agencies, governments, and so on, have usually a silo approach to things. There would be an assessment of the situation and working on a problem or a situation from one aspect. You would look at whatever, small and medium enterprise revitalization. You would look at agriculture. You would look at energy and so on. And that happens in isolation. Very rarely you would find a holistic approach, an area-based approach, let's call it like that, where you bring in all the different aspects and the interconnectivity between the different aspects. So here, what we are talking about, and that was also why we are now in this panel, is to look at the Lesbos child, if you want, to grow faster, because you're bringing in that sort of interconnectivity and concentrate it and create an amazing synergy within a few days, where you come up with a number of work streams out of this. You're bringing in the agriculturalists together with the tech people, with the tourism experts, with the small and medium enterprise people, with the educational people, and so on and so forth. And out of this, you come up with a more holistic, sort of very concrete set of actions which you can pursue. We are doing this currently, and we are looking into that as well in southern Tunisia, in an area which is totally depopulated, again, very, very challenged by environment and so on. It's the same thing, bringing in different expertise from different aspects, and actually keeping in mind the overall goal, which is, well, there is a space which deserves actually solutions which are available. And that's the idea why, in fact, there is a suggestion to do that again, and we should see this in connectivity with the other proposed instruments we have been discussing, to do that in Lesbos as soon as possible, so that there is actually there's a comprehensive, let's call it a plan, coming out of this with very concrete projects in the different fields.
Excellent, Kilian. I absolutely love that, and I would like to suggest perhaps maybe if you would like to make the presentation with the thought that the baby, if you like, is the Lesbos as a tech hub. Tech hub is broad, but with your presentation, it can be more focused. And as you said, there's various angles to it. I mean, Lesbos has got an incredible agricultural sector, the tourism sector, and many other sectors. And even from the green economy perspective, the university has got a department of environmental department, and also of geography with the ocean, anyway, so they've got some and the Department of Technology and yeah, so they've got certain departments that are, if you like, certain fields that having their buy-in, and if you speak with the university and get their buy-in on for this, and obviously with the mayor and or the premier, this moonshot would be an amazing project to do and look to implement this presentation that you've put together, which is Beach Hub Lesbos. So yeah, you go ahead and present it. And then Dimitri, after that, you can get some thoughts, or just to go back to Gerard, and then Dimitri some thoughts, and we can discuss that then. And again, this is on a local level. The question is, these technologies, that if they do come and we implement them on Lesbos, given the massive problems and challenges that we have, the thinking is, how do you take those solutions across Europe that have impact? And that will be the next panel discussion, because we're saying we want to have a network of co-working spaces that look to exchange best practices and ideas and learnings from one another. So